Hello, hello, this is Das Fiber, and today we're playing Marvel Heroes once again. Today I'm actually going to go through the prologue with you guys and do a little tutorial on how to do the prologue. I mean, it is a prologue, so I mean, it's pretty simple. The game will tell you things to do. I'm also going to review how I feel about the game as I play it. I have played the game previously, but it has been a while, so there are some changes. I initially played during the beta, and now it's actually almost been, what, a year and a half since the game came out. Not a bad run for the game. Right now I'm just kind of looking over some of the new things. They have daily things, reward for logging in each day. You get a new heightened ability. Right now I'm going through my synergy list. The higher level you get different characters, different bonuses you can get, like Gambit I think gives you more credits or item find. It's like rare find. Here's the different day login bonuses and quests and type of things. The prologue is usually referred to as the raft, which is a Marvel prison that villains have been breaking out of. But right now, there's actually a bank heist added to kind of give you a little more feel of how to do certain stuff before you get thrown into the raft and have an actual mission and things to go. Right now, you see a little cutscene of this villain just kind of beating up the cops, and it's a newscast. Jessica Brown. And of course the infamous J. Jonah Jameson, who's a bigger dick than really almost any other comic book character. No matter what the heroes do, he does not care. He hates them, and he'll continue to hate them, and there's no real logical reason why. I guess some people could see his point of view, but I sure as hell don't. But of course this is a character, that's how he was made, so it is entertaining to a point. So kind of see how that unfolds in this cutscene.
How typical of these heroes showing up at the last minute. Unbelievable!
Will the heroes be able to stop this crime spree and save the hostages at the Queen's Bank? And will the reporters
Gonna see a happier reporter as someone leaves their studio.
And we'll have a full report at 11. For now, all we can do is wait and see if the heroes can truly save the day.
Alright, now that the cutscene's over, we brought here to Queens, New York. Which I've never been to New York, but from my understanding, it's not a great neighborhood. So probably not the best place to hold your bank. We're going to talk to the security guard. He's going to give you a little quest. The usual question mark, shows quest, tells you what to do. Basically, we're going to go into this bank, beat up some of these bad guys, as I'm just kind of pounding them. Loot drops, different equipment, money, things like splinter, eternity splinters and stuff. They can be used for multiple different things. Initially I actually forgot that I actually had a, if I right clicked I have a power to do more damage, so I don't just have to aimlessly swing this axe. The game plays a lot like Diablo. You do a lot of clicking, and you just keep beating up your enemies, and then at times there's a lot more enemies that come at you and do different things like that. I do overall like this type of gameplay. At times it does tend to build up more lag than the traditional shooter, as a lot more is going on the screen at one time. And then enter Black Cat, who happens to be the boss of this level. It's really not a hard boss. Of course, it is the prologue. Though as prologues come, or tutorials to say, I actually fairly like this game's tutorial. It's not like most where you have to do this specific thing and that specific thing. It's basically, here's the situation, go stop it, and it's going to be easy enough that you can kind of figure out the buttons and what to do without overall be like, all right, now you have to hit A, now you have to S, you have to go through this thing and that thing, and you can't continue until that is done. And I really just don't like those type of tutorials. One, it's a real drag when you have played the game before and you're playing through the tutorial again. You already know all the button combos and whatnot, but it still makes you go through it anyway. I find that to be a real drag. Now that I've beat Black Cat, we're going to talk to this guard, same question mark, and be teleported. I believe it teleports, yeah, back to Stark Tower. I gained a couple levels somehow. I was at level 1 and somehow I jumped to level 3. I don't know if I just gained so much experience. Some of those synergy bonuses do give you more experience so that you can level through the game faster the more characters you play. So it does. Another thing I really do like about the game is it does reward you for the longer you play the game. It's not necessarily you know, who puts the most money into it. Of course, there are some advantages to getting the most money, like if you pay, but the more time you put into the game, the more you actually get, the less time it takes you to level, and stuff like that. And the story isn't the only way to level. In later videos, I probably will go through the different ways to actually level up your characters. It is a very grindy game, kind of like Diablo, but, you know, people love Diablo, I love Diablo, I love this game. So, I mean, clearly it's a genre that does work, and it works quite well. Based on how often they do update this game, I would say there's, even though it is a free-to-play game, they are still making quite a bit of money. And now we actually take land to the raft. Like I said, it's a superhuman like prison, basically. A bunch of villains broke out. Now we gotta stop them, try to put them back. Just kind of the classic comic book happens. You beat it. The superheroes beat up the villains, trap the villains, imprison the villains, and then the villains break out and gotta do it all over again. Some may say that's kind of insanity, but they're superheroes for a reason. You can't just go around killing the villains no matter how many times they break out or how many times, say, the Joker shoots or kills one of, say, Batman's best friends, which is a completely different company. But Marvel kind of follows the same routine, where the heroes don't often kill people unless you're Wolverine. Another thing that's kind of cool about the game, if you can notice that I have a ally that is actually a real person playing with me. It's not just part of the game. The game has a basically it's kind of like a dungeon finder, but say if you do an instance at the same time that someone else loads into an instance, it will put them in your party. I do like this because, I mean, overall, there's some downsides to that type of system, but there's some good sides, and you can turn it off if you do not want people just jumping into your game. I personally don't mind it. It adds a social factor that I don't have to actively go out and find friends, or I don't have to play with my friends. Specifically, I can meet new people who are probably cooler than my friends anyway. Yeah, this guy's the Human Torch, taking down some Hydra agents. Not only did the villains break out, but Hydra broke in, probably to break them out, of course. Here's coming up to the first boss in the raft. You do have to do a couple clicking on things and let it load to like activate or turn off something or whatever, different quest things. But yeah, we have the living laser here. Pretty easy. He does teleport around, which can be annoying. If I didn't have this Human Torch, who's mainly built for damage, running around, it would probably take a little bit more time to take the boss down. But it saves us some time. and makes this video a little bit shorter because, you know, not spending 20 minutes just to fight one boss, which can be a drag. They do have harder bosses in the game that do take longer, but as far as I've seen, they don't have any like World of Warcraft style. This takes half an hour to take down this boss, and if you don't do this just right, you have to start over again because he just plain out kills you. You can normally, in almost every situation, you can play the game the way you want to play. You can find different ways of doing things. You can use different powers. Like right now I'm using the hammer throw and lightning call, which I think is a lot funner because I can just throw down a bunch of lightning in the middle of people and then throw my hammer to hit people I'm not close to. But maybe if you want, you can use some other skills because that's how you like to play it and that's how you feel is more fun for you, which is nice because that's why we do this. That's why we play video games, to be fun. And talk to Maria Hill here. I believe it's Maria Hill. Might be some random shield agent. If you're new to the game and you haven't played much, there's some health potions in that chest. It's always 3 health potions. Now we fight Norman Osborn, also known as the Green Goblin. I am almost pretty sure the voice actor for this is Mark Hamill, which is probably the best voice actor ever. He does the Joker. He played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. Awesome actor, awesome voice actor. Well, we're basically coming down to the end here. You talk to Nick Fury. The Vision will show up and take you back to Stark Tower. There's one more cutscene here in a second, but I'm gonna let that play. I'm gonna talk a little bit while it plays, but I'm primarily done here for this video.
Thanks to Hydra.
If
There
you
will be
enjoyed
bedlam in the streets
what you
of
saw, please subscribe, and if you have any comments, leave them down below.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
the entire
And listen to
list.
Doom talk
But
for a
I
little
can't
bit, 'cause
help
he has
but
that
wonder,
Doom
Dr.
voice.
Octopus, MODOK, Wizard, what does Dr. Doom gain from their freedom?
And with this, we end our transaction.
This is it?
This technology exploits a flaw in Tony Stark's security system.
Well then, Hail Hydra.
Be gone.
Alright then, thank you.